And so it is certainly my hope that conferences such as this and others will be impactful, that one of the things you can do is that you can bring to the attention of your member of parliament what has happened, what would you like to see Canada do going forward.
The Burundi 1972 Genocide Commemoration Conference in Toronto, Canada.
Welcoming Honourable Bryon as he shares his remarks about this event we're having today.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honourable, merci beaucoup.
A lot has happened in the last number of decades, and the world has changed, and the world has not changed. In 1972, the world was basically silent. One of my former colleagues was General Dallaire, who, as you know, was in charge of the UN force in Rwanda. And I learned a lot from General Dallaire, and what it means to be silent, what it means to be passive, and what it means to turn your head and not pay attention to what's going on. And currently in the world, there are, of course, other genocides that are going on. If you think of North Korea and really what has become a prison camp for millions of people, you think of what happened in Cambodia and in Rwanda. The one word that's been used today, which is really important, is reconciliation. Canada has, over the years, enunciated the importance of the role of the individual, the sanctity of the individual. And we must continue to do that. Foreign policy is never easy. It is not something which is made on the back of an envelope, although in some places it seems these days it may be. But I have to say that for Canada, we have always played a very central role in the advocacy of human rights. In fact, in 1945, when the UN was founded, Canada was the only country to be on all of the committees of the United Nations, and the United Nations Charter was written by a Canadian, Mr. Humphreys. So Canada's role in Africa has been sporadic. It has been positive, particularly in the area of providing life-saving drugs, certainly when I was there under Mr. Chrétien. We continue to focus our efforts on peacekeeping in parts of the world. But for this commemoration, it is important to reflect not only on what happened, but how do we move forward in terms of reconciliation and what is presently going on, and to ensure that you cannot rewrite history, but those who do not learn from history, as we know, are doomed to repeat it. And so it is certainly my hope that conferences such as this and others will be impactful, that one of the things you can do, and the last time that I looked at anything to do with Burundi for the Subcommittee on Human Rights at the House of Commons was in 2016. And one of the things that you can do is that you can bring to the attention of your member of parliament what has happened, what would you like to see Canada do going forward, and how can we be constructive with other countries in terms of this particular situation. Because I would suggest to you, JP mentioned that very few people know where Burundi is. I would suggest you members of parliament would be hard-pressed to know of the 1972 genocide. So I would conclude by saying, talk to your member of parliament. You may want to also, as an organization, revisit coming to the Subcommittee on Human Rights, and certainly to articulate issues, not just with Burundi, but the general view that human rights, the sanctity of the individual, is something which must be central and must be articulated continually by whatever government is in power. So I want to thank you. I did tell JP that I have two other events, but I would like to, I'm an old politician, so old politicians like to get their photo taken. So, because I also have my own website for Mongolia. So if I could get a picture with JP, and if the chargé and the head of the Burundi community, if I could get a picture over here, I would be much appreciated. And thank you again for your attention. Thank you for your remarks. And I wish you every success going forward. Thank you.